He's been waiting to entertain you
here on your radio. Curtains going up on yours truly, Rockin' Ron Sedaille.
Showtime!
Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome to Fun Tower Kitchen. My name is Rockin' Ron Sedaille, and before we get started today, I want to show you something. How many of you have had a hard time getting your hair cut? Yeah, me too. So I decided to take matters into my own hands, so to speak. The COVID-19 virus has closed all the barbershops, including the place where I go down in New Haven, Y Haircutters, and Tony Mangillo, who's 85 years old, is, well, he's home right now, staying safe. So I took matters into my own hands, took the clippers out, and you ready? Do you want to see it? You do? Okay, here we go, folks. Ta-da! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, folks. How does that look? Huh? That is a Rockin' Ron Sedaille mohawk. So I'll sport that throughout the video. I've got my yellow apron on, and that means that I'm going to be cooking with mustard. That's right. We're going to be making mustard fried chicken. Wow! It sounds kind of strange, but it's going to taste really good. And we're going to get started right now. So we're starting off with 8 chicken thighs. These are Bell & Evans air-chilled thighs. And that simply means that there's no added water to the chicken. It's air-chilled. And that's the best way to get chicken, because when you marinate it, the marinade will get sucked into the chicken better if it's dry, so to speak. So for our marinade, we're going to start with some plain old mustard. Squirt some mustard on there. There's no science to this. Just squirt it on there. Looks like maybe a half, 3/4 of a cup of mustard. We're going to use some Frank's red hot sauce. You can do this to taste. I like to put a little bit on there just to give it a little zing. Some garlic powder. Some seasoned salt. I like this brand right here, Lowry's. And some dried parsley. Let's throw a little bit of our smoked paprika in there too. Just a little bit. And some black pepper. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to get in there with our hands. And we're going to toss this chicken up with all that goodness. Rub that mustard and all those other good flavors. Rub it right into the chicken. Okay? Okay. So you can actually marinate this in the refrigerator overnight without a problem. We're going to let it marinate for an hour. And because we're only going to give it an hour to marinate, we're going to leave it right out at room temperature. And we'll let that start right now. How do you peel your potatoes? I'm just curious. A lot of people use a peeler, but my mom peels potatoes just like this. And this is how I've always done it. Once you get the hang of it, I think this is a great way to peel potatoes. Check this out. I found this steam pan at Restaurant Depot, and I thought to myself, that might just fit perfectly in my bar sink. And it does, and it's perfect for rinsing vegetables. Cut our potatoes up. potatoes up with water. And rinse off some Brussels sprouts. Roast them up. It's always a good idea to rinse them before you cut them. Cut the stem off there. And I like to cut mine in half because if you rinse them after, all the water is going to get in there and you're going to end up with soggy Brussels sprouts. So rinse them off first, then cut them. Okay, we're going to drizzle our Brussels sprouts liberally with olive oil. Toss them up. I like to let them sit just like that for 15 or 20 minutes so let that olive oil get in there really nice. And then we're going to spread them across a cookie sheet with salt and pepper. That's it. Then they go in the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a seasoned flour mixture to dredge our chicken in. It's all-purpose flour. We'll add some garlic powder to that. Some seasoned salt. And again, I like smoked paprika, so we're going to put some of that in there too. I'm going to mix that up. Okay, our chicken's been marinating for about 40 minutes or so. So we're going to take the chicken, coat it in some flour, our seasoned flour mixture, and we'll let it rest for another 20 minutes or so before we get ready to deep fry it. Okay, so we'll let that sit for about 20 minutes or so, and while that's sitting we're going to get our Brussels sprouts into the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes, and we'll also start boiling our potatoes. I spent the whole day today cleaning up the stove in the kitchen, and I thought I don't really want to make a big mess with grease, so I thought we would come out here to the grill. I've got my high-sided stainless steel pan, and we're going to fill it up, I would say a third of the way with oil, and we'll let that heat up because we want to start frying our chicken and we want to give it time to rest 15-20 minutes before we serve it. Okay, it's raining here in southern New England, so the little ting 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 that you hear in there is the raindrops hitting our oil. Just gently drop our chicken in there. I'm going to go with skin side down first. We don't want to crowd it, so why don't we do 4 pieces at a time? And make sure that chicken is not stuck to the pan, that it's moving around a little bit. And we're going to let that cook for about 8 to 10 minutes on this side, then we'll flip it for another 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, it's just about 9 minutes in, and we're going to turn, and we're going to let this go for another 9 or 10 minutes on this side. It smells amazing. All right, so we're about 6 or 7 minutes into the second side, and you can see that the bottom is starting to brown really nicely. So for the last couple minutes, we'll flip them back over to the skin side just to crisp them up perfectly. And we'll let them fry back on the skin side for another 2 minutes, and then we're going to pull them out and let them rest. See, by letting them fry skin side down first, and then flipping them, and then back over to the skin side, gives you that nice, crisp skin. It's like double frying a French fry, kind of along that principle. I'm going to take them out. I've got a pan over here with a rack in it. And these are going to continue to cook a little bit longer while they're resting. I'll let them rest for about 20 minutes. And we'll drop our second batch in. I think the birds are mad because they smell poultry cooking over here, and they're not too happy about it. The big old blackbird over there, he's not very happy about what he smells. Okay, friends, it is time to plate this masterpiece. Some nice mashed potatoes. Does that look nice? A little bit running over the edge. Mustard chicken. We'll put one on each plate for now, but there's plenty for seconds and thirds. Some of our roasted Brussels sprouts. I like them nice and browned like that. They are so good. Nice flavor. So I want to shout out my radio compadre, Jerry Griswold, who works at WTIC News Talk 1080 in Hartford. She's the traffic reporter there. And you and I watched her video. She made salmon. And what I like about her videos, and my videos are the same way, my cooking videos and my Fun Tower radio videos, pants are optional. And Jerry has a fantastic cooking video on Facebook right now. You want to check it out. And personally, I think she should go on YouTube with it because she is very entertaining. And she recommended this Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc. And she paired it with salmon, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to think outside of the box. And we're going to try it with fried chicken. So I don't know how this is going to work, but we shall see, right? Okay. Try the wine. Ching ching. That's nice.
It's nice, yeah.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to just pick it up like this.
Okay.
Pick it up and go like this. That is fantastic. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and wash your hands. Keep your fingers out of your nose, and we'll catch you next time.